Hey everybody, this is Matt. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to play Over You by Daughtry. This is going to be chords only. I'm not going to go into the lead part. This was a requested video from one of my subscribers. Now keep in mind that this song is tuned down a half a step. It's in E flat, just like a lot of Daughtry stuff is half step down. So when I refer to a chord or a chord shape, I'm going to be referring to it as if it were in standard tuning, but just keep in mind that it's really tuned down a half a step. Another thing to keep in mind, as far as what I'm going to be playing along with for this little tutorial, I'm going to be using Guitar Pro tab. I'm not going to be using the original track because I found out when I posted my original cover that that song was owned by Sony Music Entertainment and it was blocked in the United States and in Germany. So I don't want to use the original song again. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So if you're not in the United States or if you're not in Germany, you can go to my channel and you can view the original cover if you wish. I think it turned out pretty well. I don't know, you decide. But anyway, like I said, this video is just chords only, so let's get right to it. Okay, let me just give you a brief rundown of what I'm using for this video. I'm using my son's guitar because it was already tuned down to E flat, just out of convenience. I figured I'd just use his. This is the ESP LTD F50. Yeah, not a bad little guitar. I'm also playing through a Digitech RP1000, stock presets, Big Strum for the clean part, and one called Big and Blue for the distorted parts in the pre-chorus and the chorus. So those two presets, and I'm playing through a Vox VT20 Plus just on a clean channel. Okay, so that's what I'm using. Now for the verse, and we'll just start with the verse. This song really doesn't have an intro; it just starts right in with the verse. So the chords for the verse are E, B, C sharp, and A. It's pretty much the chords for the whole song, but for the verse, those are the chords. So for the E, which is really an E5, I've got my first finger on the 7th fret of the A string. That's an E. Well, it's really an E flat, but like I said, I'm going to be referring to these as if it was in standard tuning. Keep in mind, the whole guitar is tuned down a half a step to E flat. So 7th fret of the A string, and then 9th fret of the D and the G string. So that's your E, like a big fat E5. And you can use all 6 strings for that E. Okay, so that's your E. For the B, move that same shape, that power chord shape, down to the 2nd fret of the A string and then 4th fret of the D and G strings. And I play from the 5th string down, because that's your B. Alright, so that's your B. C sharp, move that same shape up to the 4th fret of the A string and then 6th fret of the D and G string. That's your C sharp. And then for the A, I just sort of lift up my index finger and then keep my ring finger and pinky finger on the same string, D and G strings, but now we're at the 2nd fret. That's your A, which is essentially an A sus2. You're just playing from the A down. And sometimes I'll sort of wrap my thumb around and mute out the E. Okay? So that's it. E, B, C sharp, and A for the verse. So let me just start this Guitar Pro tab, and I'll play along, and you can, sort of get the idea of the changes. So that's it for the verse. That's basically it. So next we'll go into what would be the pre-chorus, and you kick in the distortion, and I'll show you that part next. Okay, next part of the song is the pre-chorus, and like I said, the distortion kicks in. Now those chords, it's real easy. It's basically a 5th chord. You're really just playing 2 strings, but it's an F sharp, and for that I got my first finger, 2nd fret of the E, and then ring finger, 4th fret of the A string. That's your F sharp. Slide up to an A, and then to a B. So it's F sharp, A. You have to sort of palm mute with your palm down here. So F sharp, A. So we'll play that part. Finishing up the verse. And then it goes into the chorus from there. Alright? So we'll do the chorus. Let me just back this up. Back to the pre-chorus. Now the chords for the chorus, it's the same as the verse pretty much. A few little changes here. It's still the E, B, C sharp, and A. And then at the end of the chorus it goes to that same F sharp, A, B progression again. Now I leave the distortion on for the chorus. And once again for the E, even though this is tabbed out to do an E down here, I like it better up here at that same, you know, the higher E. To B, and then A. Alright. Now going from the B to a C sharp, there's a little lick there, which you'll hear in a moment, but I'll just let you see the lick. It's an open E, hammer on second fret of the E, and then open A, and then hammer on second fret again. And then you slide up to that C sharp. So when you're on the B, okay, so it's open E, hammer on second fret, then open A, hammer on second fret of the A, and then slide up to your C sharp. Okay, so like I said, same chords for the chorus, pretty much E, B, C sharp, and A. So let me just start it at the pre-chorus, and I'll go into the chorus so you can hear what that sounds like. So that's the chorus. E, E5, to B, the lick, C sharp, B, and then A. And then a quick B, slide back up to E. Okay? So E, B, the lick, C sharp, B, so A to a quick B, and then back to E. Okay, so that's the chorus. Now we'll do, there is sort of a, what they call a bridge section next. I call it sort of a breakdown section. It's not really a bridge because there's no words in it, but I guess it could be a bridge. I don't know. You can call it what you want. But we'll do that part next. Okay, this next part is what I call the breakdown section. It's a little tricky. It uses octave chords, which is, you know, a power chord shape, but you're muting out what would be the fifth. You're muting out that middle string. So it starts on this A, which is really an A flat, 12th fret of the A string, and then I've got 14th fret of the G string. So that's your A octave, but I'm muting out the D string. So it's just A and A that you're playing. Okay? But for teaching this part, I'm just going to play it all on one string, just to make it a little easier. So it's 12th fret, and then 11th fret, 7th fret. Okay? And then 9th fret, and 11th fret. Alright? And then 10, 9, 7, 9, 7, 2nd fret, with a little bend. And then back to E for the next verse. Up. Alright. That part's a little tricky. I had to practice that. So it's 12, 11, 7, 12, 11, 7, 9, 11, up, and then 10. Okay, that part's hard. I had to practice that one. Alright, so let's see here, what's left? Oh, the chords and the solo. The solo chords. Let me get to the solo part. Where's the solo? Find the solo. Here it is, right here. Okay, the chords for the solo are E to a C. It's like a I don't know, like a passing chord. It's just brief C, and then D, and then back to your F sharp, A, B. Okay? Let me just play that solo part. I'm starting 2 measures before. Okay, so it's E, a quick C, slide up to a D, and then F sharp, A, and then back to E for the next verse. Okay, I'll play that part again. Okay, and then just goes back into the verse, and then it's got that one part going out of that. You know, that would be another bridge section. Let's see. Hang on. Oh yeah, that part. That's just A, hitting an A5 twice, and then a B, and then going back into the chorus. So let me just play that part. Yeah, so that little, yeah, it's just A, and then an E going back into the chorus. And that's it. And then the outro, let me see what the outro is. I think the outro just ends on, let's see here. Yeah, the outro is basically that F sharp to A to B progression. Let me start about right here. So you end on B. That last little bit, F sharp, A, to B. So you end the song on B. And that's it. That is basically, you know, over you, the chords. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. And you know, thanks for the request. Keep on rocking. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.